in the end, it all comes back to vinyl records.
What we do here is go back.
Hello friends and welcome to my new video. Long time no see, but here I am, finally back on YouTube. I still can't believe it. As you know, I decided to take a little break from the video side of the VC. That had several reasons actually. I was working a lot and I also had some personal stuff to go through. And there's actually a funny story because in the meantime, I did some other things. For example, I started a little retro video gaming project. I got myself an old Super Nintendo 64, and I also got my old PlayStation back. And after I finished this little project and got everything I wanted, I somehow got a little bit into reading comic books, and so I read a lot of comic books. But actually what I want to say, in the end, it all comes back to vinyl records, and that's what it's all about. That's why I'm back on YouTube, and I'll try to post some vinyl finds on a regular basis like I used to do in the past. And today's video is about the 90s again, one of my favorite topics, as you all know, and I got a lot of great titles and I can't wait to share which ones I found. Let's go! Alright, let's start. So here's my huge crate, and again it's full of interesting 90s titles. Also some early 2000s stuff, and actually all kind of genres mixed together. Some real cool stuff, some a bit more trashy, let's say. And I can't wait to share which records I found. And finding 90s titles is always hard on the one hand, but on the other hand there are really great reissues in these days, and I'll promise you there are some heavy hitters included this time. So the first record I want to show is Travis, the Invisible Band, original UK copy, and this was a grail. Really very hard to find in these days, very expensive record, and I was really happy to find this near mint pressing in my local record store. And of course it includes the hit single Sing, which really had a funny video back in the days. I still remember watching it on MTV. If you don't know it, be sure to check it out. Yeah, another very big hitter. This is Everything But the Girl Walking Rounded, released in 1996 on Virgin, and this is also an original UK copy. Very hard to find. It took me quite some time to get this. I had this on my want list for ages, and it's such a brilliant electronica, trip-hoppy, down-tempo record. Great album. Be sure to check it out. Up next, I was awaiting the reissue also for a very long time. Of course, this is Mobius Play, and when I heard that there is a reissue, I directly sold my original copy, which was in bad condition, and I was really happy to replace it with the original copy. It has beautiful printed inner sleeves, great pressing quality. Of course, it's not the best sounding album, but great classic from the late 90s. Yeah, the Melvins, Houdini. This is actually, or was, one of my most wanted LPs. I was about to pay silly money for an original copy on Amphetamine Reptile, but they finally reissued it, and isn't it great? I mean, fantastic pressing quality, great sound quality, and this is like a very heavy gatefold, and I also love the inside. I mean, that's so cool, isn't it? This is actually, to my mind, a must-have album for any serious 90s collector. Such a brilliant album. And of course, I got the whole trio. This is Melvin's Stack, also the new reissue, great quality. And I got the other one somewhere else, Stoner Witch. And this is actually a record I bought yesterday, Thonic Youth, Goo, 1990 on David Geffen, and I already have two other copies, but you know, this is how crazy the vinyl people are. When you see such a great album in near mint condition in the wild for a fair price, you know, I couldn't leave it. I just had to take it. And actually I was thinking about framing this one and putting it to my kitchen. Up next, another Sonic Youth. This is Washing Machine, a 1995 album. Also very hard to find as an original, so I got this Back to Black pressing, and they did a great job. I love this album, noise rock at its best, and good to see that it's finally available. Up next, another 90s classic. Oh, sorry. This is Hole. Live Through This, or Live Through This, I'm never sure how to pronounce it. And yeah, this is Courtney Love. It features doll parts, Violet, and this is like you put the record on and she starts screaming right into your face. This is so intense. And now I completed their discography. I got Pretty on the Inside as original pressing and Celebrity Skin as music on vinyl, and this is also so good to finally have it in the collection. Blink 182, Enema of the State, also a late 90s pop punk title, and this is the reissue on SRC vinyl, and it's on clear blue vinyl. I bought it from the United States, and yeah, this is just a fun record. I was listening a lot to this when it came out, and it's good to finally see it on vinyl. And I just read that there will be a huge Blink 182 box set with all of their titles. The Red Hot Chili Peppers. I don't know if this is called... Yeah, it's By the Way. I wasn't sure for the album title. By the Way, released in, I think, 1999. And of course, By the Way, Can't Stop is on this one, and various other cool songs. And probably not my favorite Red Hot Chili Peppers album, but it's definitely one of the better ones. And yeah, I love this. This is also an original copy of the Red Hot Chili Peppers One Hot Minute. Really adore the album cover, looks cool, and I got this in the record store in my hometown some month ago, and this is also a solid addition to the collection. Up next, another very interesting reissue. This is Pearl Jam, Yield, and what I really like is that they made this kind of gimmick cover. I hope you can see it, and they did a great job on this one, sounds fantastic. And it's so cool to see all the late Pearl Jam albums finally becoming available. By the way, as we are speaking, I also got No Code, of course. But this came badly warped, and I'm about to send it back to get a replacement copy. But the sound quality is awesome as well. This is Jimmy Eat World, Static Prevails. On Capitol Records, also late 90s title. Some sort of emo independent rock, and this is on some kind of Violet vinyl, and I got this one very cheap, so I just had to take it. Beautiful album, Jimmy Eat World. Up next, some from the grunge era. This is Mitanni, My Brother the Cow, and this is an original copy, and it came with a promotional 7-inch single. Strong near mint condition. This is so cool to finally add that to the collection. Mitanni is one of my favorite sub pop bands, and this is their mid 90s stuff on Reprise when they went on a major label for a short period of time. Great album. This is r.e.m. Unplugged 1991. This was released for, I think, last year's Record Store Day as a box set, and it was sold out quickly, so the band decided to release the 1991 Unplugged concert and the 2001 Unplugged concert as individual releases, and this is a very cool concert, great addition to the collection. Up next is Ben Harper, The Will to Live, and I got the reissue some years ago, but I managed to find an original copy, and there is one major difference. The original copy is splitted on 4 sides, while the reissue only has 2 sides, and I can tell you, the original copy sounds a lot better, and this is a great late 90s blues rock kind of album, and I always compare him to Lenny Kravitz, but just that Ben Harper is way better. Yeah, up next, I also got some post-rock stuff. This is TalkTalk Laughingstock, also 1991 release, and this is great. Actually, I didn't know this album before, but a friend of mine recommended it to me, and I just had to get it. Beautiful, beautiful overall. TalkTalk. Some more post-rock stuff. This is God is an Astronaut, The End of the Beginning. This is a reissue on orange vinyl, and this is also a beautiful late 90s post-rock album, or maybe this was even released in the early 2000s, I'm not sure, but this is perfect, the perfect soundtrack for the autumn, and yeah. More post-rock. This is Tortoids TNT, US pressing. It came in a very thick gatefold, and this is a reissue on Thrill Jockey. Also perfect post-rock album. I love the minimalistic cover art, and it's a great album. My good friend Chris played this for me when he visited me some time ago, and I wanted to get it ever since. Up next, some more pop stuff from the early 2000s. This is Phantom Planet, The Guest. Of course, it features the hit single California, which was the soundtrack to the TV series OC California. But the whole album is actually really underrated. It's a very cool, yeah, kind of indie early 2000s album, and it was just reissued on brown vinyl. Very cool. Be sure to get your copy while you can. Yeah, another more cheesy pop punk record from the 2000s. This is OPM Menace to Society, and it features the radio hit Heaven is a Half Pipe, and this was very cheap, and I was listening to it a lot, and I just got it. Same for the next one. This was also a very cheap pickup. This is Green Day, American Idiot. Sort of a concept album. When this came out, I had it on CD, and I mean, it's just a fun listen, so I added it to the collection. Same for the next one, which was an Amazon offer. This is Placebo Mats. I think this was released in 2005 or 6, something like that. And this is on pink vinyl. I got it really cheap, and cool release. Yeah, the next one is also a funny. There's a funny story behind it, because I love. This was actually the Fresh Prince of Bel Air, was one of my favorite TV series as a kid. And this is, of course, Will Smith and DJ Jazzy Jeff, and they released this on kind of blue, kind of green pink vinyl, and I mean, it's just a 12-inch single, but this is so cool, isn't it? Fresh Prince of Bel Air. This is US3 A Hand on the Torch, and this is an essential mid-90s hip-hop album that features all kind of Blue Note samples, and I wanted to get this actually for a very long time, and I traded this one. The first song, Cantaloupe Flip, features a sample of Herbie Hancock on Empyrean Isles, and this is an original copy, great condition, and actually can't go wrong with that one. So if you see this in the wild, be sure to grab it. LL Cool J, Mama Said Knock You Out, another 90s release on Def Jam Records. And this is also, got this in my record store in my hometown, and just a cool album. Ithaca Blues, Test Don't Test. This is some very cool down-tempo trip-hop released in 2000 on Sony Records, and I saw this in the record store, and actually their previous album was on Mobius, which is still on my want list, and I took a listen, and this is a great album. If you're into trip-hop and down-tempo, I'm sure you will like this one. Up next, this is a record store day pickup of this year. This is the Future Sound of London, Accelerator. It came with a bonus single limited to 500 copies, and this is yeah, very important record for electronic music, actually masterpiece, must have. This was released also in 1991, and a rave classic, very cool album. This is an original copy of U2, Achtung Baby, of course, and this is on Island Records. It's a German pressing, and unfortunately it's a little bit warped, but a friend of mine gave this to me because I'm about to do a video only about the year 1991, and this record can't be missing. Well, up next, Tom Petty and the Heartbreakers, Into the Great Wild Open. I got this one for $5 a few weeks ago. Great condition for the cover. The vinyl is more like VG+, but it's already my second copy, so I couldn't leave it, and I just love the cover art. Tom Petty and the Heartbreakers, Into the Great Wide Open, also released in 1991. Last but not least, some punk rock stuff. This is the famous label Phat Records, Survival of the Fattest. I love the whole series. It features bands like Snuff, No Use for a Name, Lagoon, Good Riddance, NoFX, and various other ones. And I bought this, I had the other one in the collection, and I found this at a record fair last week. This is Phat Music Volume 4, Live in the Phat Lane. I had this on CD and was listening to it in the car. Here you can see all kind of bands, and this is great 90s punk rock. And I also had to get this one. This is Me First and the Gimme Gimmes, Are a Drag. This is a cover album with very funny songs. Don't Cry for Me, Argentina, Favorite Things, Summertime, and this is so funny actually. Great punk rock stuff. And last but not least, a friend of mine got this for me, and this is the pure 90s trash. This is Right Said Fred, released in 1992, and of course it features I'm Too Sexy for My Shirt. And I just had to get it for, I love the 90s and I love the trash, and it even had the the funny merchandise advertising. So maybe if I fill this one out and send it back to the UK, I will get a t-shirt, or better I don't do that. Right Said Fred. Well friends, that's it for today. Thank you so much for watching. Feel free to like, comment and subscribe. I still got, literally, I got a ton of new records to show, and I got some sub-pop stuff, some independent music, jazz, audiophile, krautrock, world music and various other things. So stay tuned, thanks for watching and have a great week. See you next time. Bye bye.